Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at XRP. It's just going to be an XRP video today. If I have a chance, I'll make a video on something else, right? Obviously, I believe in the entire alt season is taking place. I've believed that since before it happened. I believe it now, and I continue to believe it until I see other signs that there is no alt season. But it would appear that I am correct that there is an alt season at the moment. Right, so we're just going to think about XRP. I'm going to show you a couple of things that you've probably seen before. You may not have seen them. I don't know if people actually show you properly anything, based on reality with XRP. I try to keep reality as the main focus on the channel, which is why hopefully we all sort of make money. So let's think about XRP. So it's done its run, and the 4 hourly is getting picked up already on the 10 exponentials, getting rejected, rejected on the 7 simple, which is $1.10. If it breaks that, then it goes straight back up to where it came from, 122, which was our pretty much well-established resistance that we've had on the chart since forever, and we came straight up into it. I mean, yeah, we had a little wick higher than it, but generally we're below it now, so it got rejected from it. This resistance has been there for ages. We've expected it, we saw it, we rejected it. It's all there. So that's nothing new. The more important thing is, what happens when you break it? Hey? What happens when you break it? Well, normally a sizable breakout like this, just like the sizable breakout from here, which is a big one, from the 75-cent zone, that's like a big resistance. Bang, resistance, bang, resistance. Oh, break. And you see a nice move of 61%. It's all about sell walls, basically. So that's what it is. So people have lots and lots of sell walls, which is effectively people selling their XRP. They've got limit orders in, sell orders in at these levels. And once they've sold out, basically, it just shoots straight up. So 120... big sell walls there, but beyond that, really, you're talking about the previous local high, the previous all-time high from the last cycle, not the absolute all-time high, but a significant one. So yeah, I think it'd be reasonable to assume that once 120 actually gets broken, tested as support, you see another sizable move, just like when you saw one break from the 75-cent zone. So that'll be back up into and towards, if not above, $2 really. This sell wall, I don't know if you remember any of this, but yeah, obviously that was overheated. There was lots of sort of reasons why you'd want to get out around that area anyway, just based on volume and stuff, which is similar to how we are, I suppose, at the moment on the daily. So don't be surprised to see this retrace significantly on the daily. The 10 exponential is currently sitting down here at 82. Obviously, it's going to move dramatically with each daily closure. But there is a trend signal on here. It's bullish across the board for all altcoins generally. Not all altcoins, but if you're a member of the Patreon, you would have noticed by now that there is a theme here. Most decent altcoins, decent ones, I mean ones from the top 50, maybe even 100, I don't know, but we've been witnessing them brew and complete and confirm trend signals, golden crosses. We're moving into, I call it maybe the fourth gear now of alt season. And people are like, well, I didn't think the alt season started. Well, yeah, it started a while back, to be honest with you. It started, the ins and outs of it started a while. If you want to catch the absolute lows, I always talk about it in terms of gears with a car. We do these streams on the Patreon like twice a week, and it's probably about a month ago, or maybe even more, I was saying, I think we're in the first gear of the alt season. It's slow. Second gear of the alt season, slow. Third gear is kind of what we're starting to see now. Oh, and now, I suppose, most people can notice that something's going on with altcoins. Fourth gear starts to go parabolic. Fifth gear, extremely parabolic, and if you're lucky, you get sixth gear and it goes completely mental, blow off top, and then a pop. So that's kind of where we are right now for most altcoins. We're sort of moving from third gear to fourth gear, because on the daily, which is an important time frame, we're getting decent signals, tangible, realistic, exciting signals. So again, yeah, that's it for XRP. But I wanted to show you something else that you haven't seen yet for XRP. So again, we've looked at this in the short term. We maybe get the support already based on the 4 hourly, which again we've established. If we do go down deeper, it's probably down towards the 80-cent zone. Again, absolutely perfectly normal. Maybe even get all the way down to the 75. Remember, every time you flip a support, a resistance, it should turn to support. So each one of these, each direction, perfectly normal. When a volatile move and a volatile coin, you'd be like, hang on a minute, so you're saying it could reach $2, but it could reach 75? Yep. This isn't, this isn't euro to Great British pound. Do you know what I mean? This is volatile. These are big moves in either direction. I'm assuming that's why you like crypto, right? It moves big. It can move big in both directions. We all know that. So anyway, that's your XRP on the 4-hourly and the daily. But let me show you something. Look at this. You know what this is? You don't believe it if you see it. I put it on the Telegram last night. Just a bit of a crazy thing. That is XRP on the 12-month. That's the 12-month chart, right? This is what XRP looks like when you consolidate all the candles down to a year. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What do you think? I mean, obviously, this is sensational. And I'm sure there's, I don't know, I'm not sure of anything. I don't know what people choose to show on their channels. But, I mean, if we were to think about this from a sensational perspective, and you were to think, whoa, someone out there is going to do this. I don't know if they are going to do this, but someone out there could do this. It's broken out of this 12-month formation, and now the measured move takes XRP all the way up to the $26 mark. I mean, that is something that someone could do. Maybe I'm going to do it myself just to bring you in for some clickbait. Because, look, there's worse things. I could be one of those evil YouTubers out there that gets you to click on something and say that it definitely is going to go to $27 using the clickbait and then locking you into some kind of unrealistic dream. And that would hurt you more. But I'm also, think of myself as a reasonable guy. And as much as this is something that could be done, I'm not saying that that's what's going to be done. Let's just have a little think about other aspects of the chart. So we're going to take it down a few notches now to like a monthly. Well, on this monthly, really, the breakout is big and the breakout is real. The money flow index is all the way down at 57. That's pretty sweet. 3 months, what are we doing? The 3 months is actually trending down. Money flow index is not even really started doing anything. 6 months, again, doing the same. If it did want to do a move like this, don't think it's impossible. It could achieve that within, the next 6 to 8 months or so. Potentially could do that. But don't hold out for it. But it is real. I mean, that is a real thing. Let's screw our heads back on for a moment, though. The XRP back in these olden days was very low volume. Effectively small cap, all right? Believe it or not, it was a small cap. This is one thing that I always try and tell people, or try and get people to understand when it comes to candles in general. They don't reflect what you think they do. The chances of hundreds of thousands, millions and millions of people all holding and buying XRP down at these levels are, well, it's unlikely. I mean, I didn't buy XRP until somewhere around, well, where would it have been? It would have been, I bought it around 3 cent zone, I'm pretty sure. So I think I bought it around here, to be honest. I remember feeling pretty bad about it for a little while before I did basically 100x. So these candles reflect volume and liquidity, and they don't reflect a measured move. Because for that to do that, I mean, I'd probably put XRP as one of the most valuable things on earth, really, when it reaches that. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. The nature of a red and a green candle and the formation of a red and green candle is just an imbalance of the order books. That's all it is. And once you break through the $3.50-ish area, I mean, you would see a blue sky breakout. To go from $3.50 to $7 probably wouldn't be hard at all. And then see where it goes from there. But I'm just going to put it to you that this is an exciting scenario. This is like once in a 2-year scenario. And this is the 3rd time that we've broken out of a major descending triangle or symmetrical triangle. And if we are going to treat it seriously, then we should think, actually, well, to be honest, this is a big change of behaviour for XRP. I mean a massive change of behaviour. A massive one. I can't understate it enough. Which is why I've always been trying to explain it on the channel over and over again that, you know, the closer you get towards the end of the apex being the one on the yearly or the weekly time frame that we've spoken about it many times. We've been there for a couple of months now. This is the time to get excited about XRP. Most people obviously will fail to recognize the technicals on that and are married to the bias that they have against it, which is fine. They will soon see if they haven't already seen already. So I've explained the short term, I've explained the medium term, and the long term. So really, it's down to you now to decide at what point and where are you going to sort of exit this position or continue with this position or enter this position. I wouldn't suggest entering into it unless it does a significant pullback, because it's already broken out. You know, my DMs are full of people saying, "Is it too late to buy XRP? I noticed that XRP has run, and is it too?" Yes, it's probably too late to buy. The best time to buy would have been around 51 cents, where it's been accumulating for 6 years, basically. That's the place to have gone for it, to be honest with you. But if you are going to buy it, you'll have to wait for a big pullback, and you might see that big pullback soon, to be honest. But we'll see. Only buy supports, okay? It's a simple rule. Only buy supports. Right, so we've established all the time frames. We recognise that this breakout could be significant over a longer period of time, several months basically. It seems reasonable for me to assume that we're going to move up towards $2, which is around these peaks, perhaps 166 being a big deal, and then obviously the $2, which would be higher than the most recent wick high. But don't rule out new all-time highs, and don't rule out a possibility of it hitting $27. But if you were to statistically sort of think about that as something that's actually going to happen, it's quite low, despite there being a measured move there. But I just wanted to put it to you, though, that, you know, it's not nothing. You know, big breakout, whoosh. Yeah, this is a consolidation on a 12-month time frame, which has taken 2,191 days. That's a big consolidation, all right? That's a big one. And because it's a symmetrical triangle, it's more than just a consolidation. It's an accumulation, like a reaccumulation. And not only that when you look at it like this is actually a bull flag. So, yeah, the bull flag is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know why I said $27. Maybe I've measured it wrong. Yeah, I suppose it's $27. But it's a lot, all right? It's a massive move if it were to complete with this kind of scenario. So I'm just going to put it to you. It is what it is. It's just the technical. It doesn't mean anything. You know, it's just risk over reward. The highest target, surprisingly, is the upper $20 zone for XRP here, based on a 6-12-month time frame, all right? So it is what it is. Okay, I can't change it. That is what it is. But just because I've got you to click on this, saying that, and I have evidence to support it, does not mean that is exactly where we're going to go. I think one of the better ways to look at XRP would be in the context of volume spikes and bearish divergence or overheated bubble pops, which is what it likes to do. And so until we've got some big problems to overcome. One is going to be around this $1.97. Another one's going to be around the $3 zone, which for many is going to be a psychological number. The previous all-time high is roughly around 350. Once these three areas have been taken out, it's at that stage where you could see XRP do something ridiculous. And don't forget, you know, ridiculous moves on ridiculous things is crypto, isn't it, really? Look at Doge. What did Doge do? Or what does Doge continue to do? Doge has an unlimited supply of coins, right? It effectively does nothing, right? I mean, it's unfair, but you know what I mean. It's the ultimate meme coin, and it's in the top 5 or top 10. I don't know where it floats around now, but it's, you know, so just stand back and recognize that for what it is. Doge the other day was pushing 40 odd cents. you know? For something with tokenomics that effectively don't make any sense for it to be like that, I think the founders of Doge have already said, you know, back in the olden days, I don't know why it's, you know, it's not worth this amount of money. It's just crazy, you know, it makes no sense. So for something like XRP, which does have real world utility, which actually does do stuff and is being adopted in its own right, you know, this is like, I suppose, one of the cryptos which, you know, on the face of it, serves a good purpose. So don't be surprised if it does do one of these massive big breakouts. Just try and reflect on your own bias, you know. And I suppose the bias will change slightly now that people have seen that it's capable of doing these moves, because that's always the way. But up until the moment that it does these moves, if I ever make an XRP video, I get accused of all kinds of stuff. You and XRP are losers. Did you know that? You deserve each other. You're losers. You always talk about XRP, but it never does anything. Well, true and untrue, I suppose. You're a paid shill by XRP. You're on the XRP payroll. Those 500 people a day that watch your channel, they're being scammed. Yeah, because my channel is definitely worth lots of money to XRP. They would certainly put me on the payroll, wouldn't they? It's designed to stay at 50 cents. Do you not see that? Well, I suppose in a giant accumulation of 2,000 days, perhaps that is a sign of a massive reaccumulation area that could yield an enormous move, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's me and my internal trolls. But I just, like I said, I just thought I'd make this last video on XRP, and we'll just see how it goes really from here. And then from the rest of the week, I won't speak about it again unless it's on the Patreon or the Telegram. I'll make real videos about other stuff, because this is pretty much all there is to say about it right now. It could come down to into the low 80s, maybe even into the 70s, and then back up towards $2 seems more than realistic. That's probably the most likely scenario given what we've seen so far. Whether it hits $27, well, that'll just that's the dream, isn't it? But remember, the appropriate word is dream, but it's not impossible. Let's put it like that. Right, enjoy the clickbait. Let me know if you appreciate what I've just said, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I try to give it to you in the most realistic way, because you can only make money in reality, you know. It's nothing worse than waking up from a dream that you've made loads of money to realise that you've been sold a dream and you're now living a nightmare. Let's just enjoy the reality of the situation, which is pretty sweet, to be fair. Right, thanks for watching. Take it easy.